Welcome back to One Punch Man, the strongest. Yesterday we did a reroll guide. Today we're going to go over all the top heroes in the game, the SSRs and the SRs. But first we're going to talk about team composition. This is the most important thing in this game before we dive back into the album there. A massive AoE attack to where we apply Shatter to the enemy to where they take 30% additional damage. And then whenever a fellow duelist attacks, he will follow up and do an additional attack here. Luckily, I was able to get Golden Ball, who does AoE damage and applies Shatter as well. And then if he attacks a shattered enemy, he does even more damage, and he's a duelist. So when he attacks, Atomic Samurai is going to come in there and do an attack as well. We've got this guy that we all get for free. Whenever an ally attacks somebody in a shattered state, he gets Berserk. And then Genos over here for his core ability, whenever an ally becomes berserked, we get an additional energy. This additional energy allows us to do more and more ultimate abilities every round. Any hero that can be worked into your team to get that additional energy is a must. Okay, let's talk about the best heroes in the game and what makes them great. First, let's talk about today's sponsor, Amazon Coins and Star Trek Fleet Command. In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you how to save up to 20% on all your in-game app purchases for all the popular games that are in the Amazon App Store. In Star Trek Fleet Command, you can hop online with millions of other players, exploring the universe with your favorite Star Trek crew members in your favorite Star Trek ships, dominating the galaxy with millions of other players. The links are down below in the description and pinned in the comments section. Click those links to get great savings on Star Trek Fleet Command through the Amazon App Store using Amazon Coins. Amazon Coin is a digital currency in the Amazon App Store where you can download your favorite games. You'll get more savings the larger the purchase. These coins are used for in-game purchases exactly like you normally would, but you're saving money. Support the channel and use the link down below. The more you purchase, the greater the discount. Thanks again for all your support, and thank you, Amazon App Store and Star Trek Fleet Command. Let's talk about the #1 hero everybody wants out there, the Child Emperor. He hits everyone in a row for a lot of damage, 50% chance to stun each of them, which is insane. Plus, he can do a Shatter on them to take 30% additional damage. He gives Berserk to everyone in his row, so they do additional damage. And he has a core ability that whenever you critical hit, you get additional energy, which means more ultimate abilities for your whole entire team. I don't like facing the Child Emperor in Arena because if he does get those stuns off, along with how strong he is, if they get crits and then getting multiple ultimates, it's a hard fight to fight. He's great if you're looking to reroll and you want the best of the best so far that we know about. It would be the Child Emperor. I did get Kabuki, and I think Kabuki is fun, although he's single target tank. Everybody talks about how strong this guy can be. I haven't unlocked this ability to reflect everything back to the enemy. This is where he gets really nutty because he'll reflect 20% of damage taken back to the whole entire team. So if anybody attacks him, doesn't matter what it is, 20% of it back to the whole entire enemy team, which there's where he gets crazy. I've almost got him 2-star to unlock this. I'll have it soon enough. This ability does hit insanely strong, and then if he crits on that second part of the ability, you will injure them. Basic ability hits really hard as well, but Kabuki is strong, insanely strong. I'm not giving up on him. I'm waiting to see what my Atomic Samurai pulls next for SSR and what my Kabuki account pulls next for SSR. Over to Terrible Tornado. AoE attack where she applies injury on the main target as well as nearby targets, and those injured targets, whenever they get attacked, they take additional damage. This has a 20% increased crit rate, which is good because she jacks up her critical damage to hit really hard. So we want really good crit rate with her, and she's got a good basic ability as well. Let's go to Speed Sonic because he actually will do really well in my team with all the shatters, with Atomic Samurai. We've got all the shatters from our Golden Ball. He isn't rated very high in the game. Speedo Sonic should be better, I think, rated if he's on a team like I'm going to put him on. And everybody gets this guy after 7 days of logging in and completing all the quests. But you can see here, he's going to take actions on enemies affected with Shatter, dealing bonus damage. Hell yeah, I'll put him in my team. He does a single target attack here and can get additional speed. I haven't had a chance to play with him yet, and a lot of people say that he's not the best of the best. But look, he's applying Shatter here as well. So I think with the right team composition, he's going to be good, but he's not a core SSR unit, right? He's not one of those units where everything feeds off of him. The Deep Sea King has a great core ability to get additional energy, plus he can one-shot an enemy if he's missing HP. He'll deal bonus damage equal to 50% of his missing HP. This is huge. Plus he can take less damage here with his tenacity, and his basic ability is very strong. You get this corrosion up on people and it will tick away and kill them. So another solid unit to start off with if you wanted to. Core ability along with massive one-shot, tankiness, and then that corrosion on that basic ability is strong. The Subterranean King seems a little underrated to me because you don't even need a burn team composition. All you need is him. He's going to attack a whole entire row, apply burn for 2 turns, which if you've played Genos, you know the burns are strong. Before the enemy takes their turn, they take the burn damage. It's massive. And then anybody who attacks a burned enemy, he's going to do a follow-up attack. Attack with 80% basic attack up to 3 times each turn. The Prisoner for a SSR isn't one that you're going to actually build a team around. He can attack somebody in the back row, which is great because sometimes it's hard to break in and get to that back row. And he can do splash damage to that back row and make it to whoever he attacks is weakened so that they do less damage. But as far as an SSR goes, that's not somebody you're going to build a team around. Good to have, good to attack that back row to make sure they do less damage and try to take them out, but not great to build a team around or try to reroll for. Super Alloy seems to be a really solid SSR. He'll do damage in a cross section. He'll apply injury, which means when you attack them, they'll do additional damage to them, and he will share damage to other people in his row. Also, he'll increase our ultimate damage to anyone in the same row for 2 turns. When taking fatal damage for the first time in battle, he'll also come back to life himself. But 40% additional ultimate damage for someone like my Atomic Samurai, hitting everyone, will be a lot of additional damage. And then his basic gives him tenacity to where he'll absorb 10% of his HP. The Tank Top Master can actually be purchased for $100 right now. If you come over to the special sale and you go all the way up to here, you'll get the Tank Top Master. All in all, that's $100, I think, if we add this up. So if you really wanted Tank Top Master for $100 with each of these, and then if you wanted to spend $165, you could get this gear. I don't know what that does yet. I'm going to unlock gear at level 31, but it looks pretty massive if you are a spender. And I think he's a solid champion because he does additional damage based off of 8% of his max HP, just because of this ability right here, which makes it so strong, because he's going to do 150% in a column, but then he's going to do 8% additional damage of his max HP, tenacity, which is great. And then here we're going to do damage, which additional 8% of his max HP, and reduce damage taken by 20% for 1 turn. This guy can be very strong. I don't know if I would build a team around him to start, but if you got him, not a bad hero to have at all. We talked about Kabuki, the Child Emperor, and now we have Mel. This guy is decent for staying alive and keeping your team alive as well. He will take damage from your allies unless he's under 20% HP. He reduces all damage taken to himself by 50%, which is massive. He can heal off of the damage he does along with heal your allies, but he's not a nuker. He's not going out there and doing massive damage to the enemy. Reduce damage taken by 20%, but as far as a frontline tank, I'm sure he can be extremely annoying. Guri is a little bit different. He's going to take energy from the enemies, and I don't see where this could ever be a bad thing. After taking action, remove the sealed energy. So if I have a couple energy stored to do my ultimate abilities, he's going to take that away, and then also for every energy deducted, he's going to deal additional damage to the enemy. I haven't played him yet, so I'm curious to see how this is all going to work out. I haven't heard of anybody talking about this guy being top tier, but I'm interested. Anytime I can take away their energy and their ability to do ultimate abilities and do additional damage off of that and seal up energy here, I think it would be cool to see. So if you guys know anything about this, or if you have any input on the tier list or great heroes in combination to use, please let us know down below. Vaccine Man looks a little bit interesting, but this ability here is held back because only one effect of the same type works throughout the whole entire battle, because when an enemy suffers dot damage, deal extra damage to all enemies by 50% of that dot damage. That's huge, but only one of each type. So if I got a corrosion out there, if I got a burn out there, and then whatever else there is, I don't know, then we could do 50% of that damage to all the enemies, which would be great. So I don't know if we could really make this work or not into making this guy the core person on our team. But remember, new heroes will be added to the game, and eventually we might find something just truly amazing to use with that. Grow seems pretty solid. It's all about corrosion. Every enemy on the battlefield with corrosion, you're going to get an increase of 10% to your whole entire team of attack. It can go up to 30% additional attack. He's going to do a row, do corrosion on the main, and then if he critical hits on anybody else, he's going to apply corrosion to them. And then he does corrosion on his basic ability too. So getting that additional 30% along with all these corrosion ticks going on, it could be a very strong play. But not as strong as something like the Child Emperor, Atomic Samurai, the Deep Sea King, Terrible Tornado, and then the rest of these to be tanks. This guy reflecting all that damage. This guy doing damage based off of his max HP. And then we've got all the other ones out here doing what they do, right? Being tanks, healing everyone else and stuff. So the top ones out of all the SSRs are just basically what I just said. Atomic Samurai, Deep Sea King, Terrible Tornado. We've got the Child Emperor, and then Kabuki if you wanted to pick him up and unlock this part. Once I have that unlocked, I'll be able to tell more about this. But from what I understand, it's going to be seriously massive. As far as the SRs go, there are no bad SRs in the game. It all depends on your team composition, and you're going to level up all these guys anyways. It's not like you're just going to level up one or two of these. You're going to level up everything eventually. Mine have been coming up like crazy. We're all going to be able to play all of these classes because you're going to mix these in depending on what SSRs or what team composition, not even based off of the SSR, whatever you're going for. If you're going for somebody with high tech, or if you need somebody who's going to come in here as a duelist but also apply shatter on the enemy team, or burns along with his ability whenever they do berserk to get additional energy, then anything with a core ability is super important. She's really good. We're going to get her for free. I think after quite a long time playing the game, we're going to all get her for free. Beast King can be extremely strong in certain teams out there. It just all with these follow-up attacks are always strong. You get injury in there and you get these follow attacks running. Look for anything with follow-up attacks and anything that really works well for your team. You guys let me know down below. Please tell me and all of us, all the team compositions that you've seen so far. What 2 heroes, 3 heroes team comps seem to work the best? What kind of combinations do we have? Because that's really what's going to matter for us in the end, to get the most damage and to get the energy from those core abilities so we can do the most ultimate abilities every round. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate the love and support. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.